Syrian Girl reporting. Trump has just attacked the Syrian army and air force with 60 Tomahawk missiles, destroying an entire airbase that was being used to defend a Christian town from jihadist attacks, essentially turning the US into ISIS's defense force. He did this without a UN resolution, against the will of the Russian and Chinese governments, which may result in World War III. I'm not even the one saying this. Trump is. That is the Trump before the deep state got to him. The astonishing part is how quickly Trump turned a 180. Trump went from shouting fake news to believing Al-Qaeda false flags because dead kids make him sad apparently. Yet he doesn't care about the 300 Iraqi children he bombed today. Well, I'm sure those bleeding hearts don't realize that this attack may result in the death of American children when the nukes start to fly. But what isn't surprising is that what I've been saying all along for the last 3 years is the US never invades a country without first removing its WMDs. Just like with Iraq's WMDs, which were removed in 1991, the US later came back claiming the WMDs were never removed, and used that as a casus belli for invasion. This is exactly what's happened with Syria. They've taken the chemical weapons in 2013, and now they've come back claiming that we somehow still have them. There are rumors right now being spread by people to downplay our world war trajectory. Rumors, for example, that no Syrian soldiers were killed, which is a lie. Trump murdered our troops, who have been fighting ISIS for years. That airbase was being used to defend the entire region from terrorists. Now a Christian town near Hama might fall to ISIS, who are preparing a major offensive, and we have no air force in the region to stop them. Al-Qaeda and John McCain are cheering the airstrikes and Trump right now. Trump went from saying Hillary Clinton created ISIS to now following her orders. She also happens to be the one who gave the rebels the sarin gas to begin with. No one elected her, but she told Trump to attack the Syrian air bases, and he did. As I've said in previous videos, Hillary has been calling for the attack of Syrian air bases for years. So if you think this is about chemical weapons or the fact that chemical weapons may have been launched from there, you're an imbecile. This airbase gambit has existed for years, and remember when Deir ez-Zor airbase was attacked by the US to help out ISIS, who was launching an offensive against it as well. And the US claimed that that was an accident? Safe zones, no-fly zones, it's all different names for balkanization, divide and conquer. They can't divide Syria while Syria still has an air force, because they need Al-Qaeda to be able to ethnically cleanse the minorities in order to drive them into designated regions. Why? Because Israel wants this. Right now, Israel are threatening Syria with war after spending years providing medical aid to Al-Qaeda. Syria recently shot down an Israeli jet trying to bomb the inside of Syria. Israel has always been a part of this war, because Israel wants Syrian land. Is it worth dragging the US into World War III and spreading terrorism throughout the world? The deep state thinks so. The ex-CIA director Woolsey just advised Trump that he has to attack Syria and Iran at the same time. The US ambassador to the UN also threatened to strike North Korea. The deep state know that if you're going for a global war, you have to strike at multiple fronts at the same time. Anyone thinking just one strike and it's all going to blow over and nothing's going to happen is entirely naive. This is the calm before the storm. Russia has just announced that it will be sending more troops into Syria, and that they are no longer avoiding shooting down US aircrafts with the Friendly Fire Treaty. Trump will attack Syria again, you can definitely bet on it, and this will escalate, and will end up in total annihilation. This is the opposite of what Trump supporters voted for, and I know so many of you are angry after working so hard to get him into power. And I too believed that he would be at least a little bit better than Hillary, and maybe that remains to be true, because at least he can be held accountable for the false promises and statements that he made. It may be too late to stop this war, but we should at least try. The time for the media war is over. We have already won the media war. It's time to stop talking and start doing. Mobilize, take action, organize. We must do something because we don't have much time left. It's time to stand. Godspeed to you and your family.